Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the GWE100, the Tier 10 German SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Halluf, and it's under the command of Oxagon of ENJ0Y. And finally it's happened. We've got a game with two of the top rated players of What Arty Noobs playing against each other on this map. Game on! Yes, you may see his name at the bottom of the table for the opposition on this game. The Object 261 is being commanded by Oxagon of Olymp. Yes, he's the commander on the opposite team. So let's see how these two Leviathans get on. We had hoped to get the replays from both of them so we could put them together on a dual perspective so you could see exactly how they got on at the same time. But sadly, we don't know where Oxagon's replay is yet. But if we do get it, we will definitely do a dual perspective so you can see it from both angles. See exactly how they were getting on. The GWE100, based on the E100 tank, it never actually got produced as an Arty. 21 centimeter is the main caliber. It's capable of doing 900 alpha, 53 millimeter pen. And it's also got a powerful stun and damage circle. Rounds out. Well, the STB takes the first round for 387, but he's not the only one there. The Viz55 was there at the same time, and it looks like he may have been inside the blast radius and took some stun. So he's off to a flying start. And he's aiming for the northwest corner. It looks like all of the enemy tanks have gone there. And we've already lost the tank. And oh, look who we've lost that tank to. It was Oxagon. He got the first kill of the game. It was the Beijing Opera 113 that went down to him. So I think that guy must have been hit by multiple tanks simultaneously. He's actually in the northwest corner of the map. Okay, let's see where we can get some more damage. He fired another round at the STB, got 387 from that one, but he's now got 3 tanks to aim at. And if they group together like that, then they are bound to take a lot of damage. Rounds out straight away, not waiting. He hit 2 tanks with that one, but he may have hit 3, because yes, the other tank was sitting right alongside them. So the STB-1 and the T110E3 both took damage. But I'm pretty sure the other one took some as well. So yes, we've always thought that it might actually happen, that sooner or later we've got top players playing against each other. Rounds out again. This time it went long. Only the Viz55 took some splash, because the shell went up against the wall rather than landing against any of the tanks. It's a major confrontation at this end of the map. We've got some defenders down the south end, so hopefully they can hold back any of the enemy tanks that stayed behind to try and push the center of the map. Okay, the STB-1's trying to get out of the way. That shell went for the E3, and it looks like it was a direct hit. Yep, I think the E3 took that one. We can't see him, but it looks like he did take a hit. The STB-1 got stunned. Now the 140's moving in. It's hit and miss when it comes to spotting, I'm afraid. Our teammates are doing the best they can. There's the E3. You can see he's lost a third of his hit points already. And that STB-1 is very low on hit points. Oh, the Viz55 took this one. 310 to him, 41 to the STB-1. You can see that already Oxagon's racked up 1,765, but remember, there are a few blind shots in there that haven't been counted yet. Like any good Arty player, he's racking those rounds out as quickly as he can, kicking them out as fast as he can, hot tubes and all that. Keep the enemy under pressure, shells arriving every second. 406 of that one on the E3. It all adds up in the end. If you keep hitting as many of the enemies as you can, sooner or later the pressure tells, and they either give way or they get continually stunned. Well, there's the tank that's gone down. That's the Super Conqueror. They also lost the Object 140, but we lost the Jaegeru. Rounds out again. Well, that one looks like it was eaten by the hard armor on the Viz 55. The STB one took a bit of splash, but it looks like the Viz 55 really stood up well to that shot. But I think we can see now, oh, there's where the 113 Beijing Opera was, just in that corner. And yes, it looks like the enemy are now trying to get around our guys, and we've lost our defenders on the north passage of that area, on the A road. Okay, still getting rounds in. That one damaged the STB-1. He's down to a one shot. He'll more than likely go down to the next round that Oxagon fires. You can see the Viz 55 is effectively staying alive by using the STB-1's armor. But there's a lot of tanks just across the dip, and they're using the dead Rex as cover. Okay, rounds out. Just managed to splash the Viz 55. He was trying to get across the gap to exploit that weakness on the north flank. Unfortunately, the enemy has got across the gap, and now we're desperately trying to hold on in that corner. In fact, there's a lot of action going on just to the south of here, but quite rightly, Oxagon's pumping the rounds out at the enemy. The 121B took his last bit of splash before he went down, and he got the damage assist off that one as well, because the guy was tracked when he was wiped out. Here's what I'm saying about, there's loads of Rex here, and it looks like our guys are trying to use the Rex for cover to hold back the enemy. But this Viz 55 up here, he's still healthy. Our Kampfpanzer Sieben's trying to get a shot on him. Oxagon gets a blind hit, and I think the Kampfpanzer is now going to take him out. He does. But this might be where we fall here, because yes, we've got 3 tanks attacking 1 Jaegeru now. He's all on his own, and he's just blasted his round out, and he takes a long reload, that Jaegeru, and the E3 is now going in to get the kill shot. Of course, he's got a big Alpha, 750. Oh, what a shot there! Oxagon saves the Jaegeru from being wiped out by a round that was danger close. But unfortunately, it means now the Jaegeru is all alone. But there's only 3 tanks and, of course, Oxagon left on his team. And I think he's saying help, because yes, there's a Progetto 65 and a T110E4 in the middle of the map, and I think the Progetto's headed for our cap area, or at least he's probably trying to kill Oxagon. Now, it's 4 against 5. We know that Oxidor's still in the game. He's got a kill. He got the first kill of the game, but it does look as if the Oxagon's in grave danger. The Kampfpanzer Sieben PE is rushing back as fast as he can, because he knows that Progetto is somewhere in our cap area, and Oxagon's trying to aim ahead of his path, and he's found him. There he is. He's coming up towards us, so we're getting ready for a shotgun, because he's already up to the east side of the map, climbing towards Oxagon. As soon as he gets over that rise, he's going to blast away. He's got 4 shots ready to go. He's a Progetto 65. Oh, he fired too soon. Oh dear. Oxagon's out of the game, killed by the Progetto 65, who will probably get wiped out very shortly, because we've got 2 tanks from our team, the Leopard 1 and the Kampfpanzer Sieben, coming in to try and kill the Progetto. Unfortunately, still got shells to spare, and we just saw Oxidor fire his artillery round in at our Leopard. The enemy Progetto's gone down, so now it's 3 versus 4. And the enemy still has Oxidor helping them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come out of the this area here and follow our teammates and see if we can see what's actually going on. Well, you can see our guys are trying to get close to the Jaegeru as fast as they can. They know there's an E4 nearby. E4 is just around the corner, just around that rock. And it looks like the E4 is just about to ambush our Kampfpanzer 7. Well, the Kampfpanzer managed to steam past that E4 very, very quickly. But I think our Jaeger is now in very great danger. And it looks like he just met the AMX-50, who used his autoloader to take him out. The Kampfpanzer's coming around the corner. The enemy's still got a Death Star. And the Death Star just wiped out the Kampfpanzer 7. And that means now there's only one left on our team. It's the Leopard. And he's running away now as fast as he can to set up an ambush position. Ideally, he needs to get over to the east side of the map. And all the E4s suddenly appeared on the corner. And looks like he was following the Leopard. And I don't think the Leopard's going to last very long. That's Oxagon firing an Arty round in. He's tracked the Leopard 1, made him an easy target. And there's the kill shot that ends the game. And sadly, it's a loss. Here's the end of battle stats. Well, it was a defeat for Oxagon, but he got a second-class tanker. He pumped out those shells as quickly as he could. Second-class tanker, bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. And he got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And on top of that, his win rate was high. 3,670 hit win rate, which means that he was actually doing real damage rather than stun assist out of this game. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see that the highest damage in the game was actually done by the Death Star on the enemy team. 5,064 hit points of damage went to him. Second highest damage was the AMX-50B with 4,940. And the third highest damage was Oxagon. He got 4,101 hit points of damage in third place. And of course, he got the Gauze medal. On the enemy team, we should note that Oxagon's in third on damage on his team with 2,790. But he was actually beaten by 3 members of Oxagon's team and 2 members of his own team, which puts him on 6th place when it comes to damage. But he did actually get a Confederate in that game, and the ENJ0Y got a Confederate as well, and the E4 on the enemy team, he got a steel wall out of that one. When it came to kills, we can see that Kampfpanzer 7 PE managed to get 4 kills. So did the Progetto 65, the guy who killed Oxagon in the end. And 3 kills went to the AMX-50B. On Oxagon's team, well, he only got 1 kill out of that game. And so did Oxagon. He only got 1 kill, but it was the first kill of the game. And was very quick into the battle that the 113 Beijing Opera died very quickly indeed. I think he got some help actually from some of his teammates because they slapped around that 113. And then Oxagon fired the round in that wiped him out just after the start of the game. Okay, when it came to base XP, we can see that actually the enemy team came out on top. Of course, they are the winning team. 976 went to that Progetto 65 that killed Oxagon. 962 went to the MX-50B. 929 went to the M5Y. We can see that Oxagon got 848 in his capacity as the enemy Arty. And we can also see that Oxagon got 514 XP out of that one. So wasn't too bad, really, considering the fact that he was on the losing team, but he did do a lot of stun assists. 14 shots fired by Oxagon, 7 direct hits on the enemy, 24 splash. I mean, he literally was hitting multiple tanks with each shot on some of those shots. 4,101 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. He didn't manage to get that shotgun on target. I think actually he might have waited just a split second more. He saw the top of the turret and thought if he could get a shot in at that moment and it hit the top of the Progetto, it might have done the job. But in fact, I think he needed to wait until the guy crested the horizon before he opened fire. And the gun was a little too high. I think the shotgun went over the top. 2 hits received, both penetrations, both came from the Progetto 65. 6 enemy vehicles were damaged, 1 was killed, and he got 458 hit points of damage assistance and 852 hit points of stun assist of 23 stuns. So he didn't get as much stun assist as I thought he would in that game, but he did do a lot of actual damage. On a premium count, he actually earned a loss of 50,442 credits from that game, even though he got the Courageous Resistance Award, because, of course, he did get a Gauze Medal, an Epic Medal, for his work in the game. He got 28 bonds as well, because, of course, this was tier 10, and he got a mission completion as well as the fact that his vehicle was tier 10. And he got 1,224 experience points as well. But yeah, I'm afraid it was a loss. It'd be nice to see how Oxagon did in that one. I suspect it was a lot easier for him because, of course, he knew that Oxagon would more than likely be trying to damage the enemy tanks rather than do counter battery, because it's a bit of a waste doing counter battery unless you can absolutely pinpoint where the enemy Arty is, because they give themselves away so easily. Then I think counter battery can be useful if it actually distracts or stops the enemy from actually conducting their normal business affairs. But if you are in a battle like that, I do agree with what Oxagon and Oxagon did, was to actually keep pumping those shells out on the enemy as much as you can to stun the enemy and then make it more effective for your teammates to win the game. But it was an interesting game nonetheless, and a lot of very accurate shooting by Oxagon. Will be nice to see the replay from Oxagon once he's actually found it for us and sent it in, and then we can see both of them and see how both did so well. They really did put in a great performance, both of them. Even though it's a losing game for Oxagon, it's worth watching just to see how he did it, because yeah, that was superb effective. I think the shotgun needs work, that's all. That's the only one that went wrong. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.